हेलो प्रशांत, अच्छा आज हुआ इंटरव्यू हुआ आज? अच्छा कल आएगा वो, चाचा भेजेगा कल? तो एक बार अभी होगा तो एक बार बात कर लेना, फिर आज जैसे भी करके भेजना, बाकी तुम्हारा पैसा जो भी है मिल जाएगा, टेंशन मत लेना, भेज देना एक बार फिर।
भाई 9टा बजला।
जय गुरु। संक्षिप्त स्तोत्र वंदना। ओम ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम केवलम ज्ञानमूर्ति द्वन्द्वातीतम गगन सदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Jai Guru. Today is an auspicious day for all of us. We are on Buddha Purnima, and as implied and as being told by many of our senior persons, Bharat don't believe in Yudh but believe in Buddha. So by blessing of Thakurjee, everything is normal now, and we all are more happy, though irrespective of anything we were continuing our seva, but at the end of the day, by having seva in a calm and quiet atmosphere between your neighbors and all is a different ball game altogether. So we will continue the session as we were doing. So today also we have got new Sevikas in our group who are going to lead the show today. So today the briefing will be done by Kumari Dibyani Rathama from Jamshedpur Sakha Sangha. So Jamshedpur Sakha Sangha is the first Sakha Sangha of Prabasi. So, after Odisha, so Jamshedpur Sakha Sangha evolved first outside of the Odisha. So from that Sangha, we are very happy to get Dibyani Rathama. So I am requesting Dibyani to please recap the session of last Friday. Jai Guru.
Jayaguru Bhai.
Jai Guru. You are audible. Please go ahead.
Jayaguru. Till now we learnt how Nalanikanta lived a hazardous life at Pushkar Mutt because of his guru Sachidananda's rude behavior. He was testing his capacity of tolerance and actually conditioning him for the future sadhana with his harsh words. But slowly the whole scenario changed and Nalanikanta developed huge respect towards his guru. Nalanikanta could not accept his guru worshipping so many idols. Knowing this, Sachidananda entrusted the cleaning of idols on him. One day, Nalanikanta got scolded for not cleaning one of the idols properly. So he slapped the idol, saying because of him he got rebuked again. Seeing this, Sachidananda laughed, thus portraying a beautiful bond between Guru and Shishya. But these teachings and respect are missing in today's educational institution. Sannyasa phase. Nalanikanta worked dedicatedly at Mutt. One fine morning, Sachidananda told Nalanikanta that he is going to initiate him to monkhood and to seek permission from his father. But Nalanikanta knew that his father would never permit him to become a sannyasi. So Sachidananda agreed to initiate him to sannyasi without father's permission. That night he could not sleep because of happiness. Next day morning, after all the rituals and yajna, Sachidananda fondly but seriously told the mantra into his ears. As soon as he heard the mantra, Aham Brahmasmi, he forgot his past life and all his relations. He became firmly established on essence of the mantra. During this period, Sachidananda changed his name into Nigamananda. He spread the essence of Nigam Tattva throughout the world. Sachidananda and Nigamananda shared a beautiful bonding of Guru and Shishya. Once Sachidananda saw a salgram at his disciple's house and expressed his desire to procure it somehow. Nigamananda tried to get that salgram, so he convinced that disciple to donate it to some sadhu. Nigamananda himself took the initiative and brought the salgram for his guru, but forgot to take out from his bag. When he remembered and gave it to Sachidananda, its shape was changed from round to cylindrical. After Sachidananda rebuked him for his forgetfulness, but was happy to see salgram. Another time Sachidananda became ill, suffering from gastroenteric. Nigamananda cured him with full dedication by the method learned from his guru. Sachidananda had mastered the art of keeping Pishach under his control, and he used to offer them non-veg food which was not liked by Nigamananda. Within few days, Nigamananda was able to find a Naga sadhu who readily accepted to be part with Pisach. No harm was done to Nigamananda by Pisach due to his guru's blessings. Sachidananda also ordered him to beg for food for his livelihood. But Nigamananda was against any form of begging. So he would go without food for many days. Knowing his unwillingness of begging, Sachidananda made sure that people should offer him food. Sachidananda had made him complete the sadhana chaturthya, 4 sadhanas, which made him eligible to study Vedanta. The training of Sachidananda was thorough and meticulous, so also his teaching. Nigamananda learned very quickly. Soon time has come for Tirtha Yatra, or visit to 4 dhams, which is customary for a sannyasi. Sachidananda guided him personally in his first journey. Nigamananda faced lot of difficulties but tried not to show his guru. He would relate all the loads he was carrying as prarabdha. Jayaguru.
Many thanks, Dibyani Rathma from Jamshedpur. You narrated very accurately, and we discussed all these things on last Friday. The way you explained everything, we could feel that we have just heard anything and everything just now. And this is a very crucial topic and crucial mode in Thakurjee's life when he was with his guru Sachidanand Saraswati Maharaj Ji. And Thakurjee also very proudly said, though he had 4 gurus, but he placed Sachidananda way above everybody. And because he gave him mantra, he gave him the sannyas name, and he was a Vedantic sannyasi. So you covered a very crucial chapter of Thakurjee's life. May Thakurjee bless you, Dibyani. Now I am requesting Priyambada Ma and Devashish Bhai. So please declare the results of last questions.
Yeah, thank you. So as you can see the screen, in session 9 last Friday, we have received around 57 responses. And out of those, the quickest ones were from Diksha Aradhanama from Kendra Sevaka Sangha, Divyanshu Bhadai from Jagannathpur Sangha, and Sevikas from Hyderabad Sangha. So we had almost 5 questions, and almost everyone they gave actual answer, correct answer. Congratulations to us. And this is the week 2, the performer of the week. So they have attended all the sessions last week, all 5 sessions, and they secured good marks. They are Diksha Ratnama again from Kendra Sevaka Sangha, Riddhi Mahasastra from Karnataka Sangha, Priyanshi Ma from Hyderabad Sangha, Namrata Das Ma from Hyderabad Sangha, Vidyanshu Bhadai Bhai from Jagannathpur Sangha, Naresh Behra Bhai from Delhi Sangha, Prabha Ranjan Sahani Ma from Pune Sangha, Anand Swarup Bhai from Pune Sangha. Congratulations.
Thank you. Let's have a good round of applause for all these Bhai and Ma who have secured good mark, and may Thakurjee bless all of you. We also could see new names from all across Nilachala Saraswat Sangha, not only Prabasi. So many Bhais and Ma's from outside Odisha, inside Odisha are also participating very actively. So very good. So may Thakurjee bless all of you.
Good.
So without waste, yes ma'am?
No, I was just ending my name.
Okay. So Ma, can you please mute? Now taking this reading thing to the next level. Now today's our reader is this Swadhyay is Kumari Namrata Das Ma from Hyderabad Saraswat Sangha. So Hyderabad is a very upcoming and what do you call active Shakha Sangha in our Prabasi, and Namrata Das Ma is from the same Shakha Sangha. I am requesting Namrata Das, please start reading from wherever we left. Jai Guru.
Jayaguru, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Jayaguru. Heritage of India and Swami Nigamananda. They passed through Mussoorie, situated on high Himalaya, and enjoying the panoramic view of the Himalaya, continued moving ahead, crossing mountain after mountain. The carpet of wildflower covering the mountain tops was a feast to their eyes. Nigamananda had to walk barefoot as his guru was walking barefooted. Sachidananda was used to walk like that, but not Nigamananda. He could endure hazards of the journey and physical pain due to the sacred presence of his Gurudev. With a single blanket for each and taking chatua, grinded powder of grams, for lunch and dinner, they continued to walk the difficult terrain of Himalaya. Sachidananda was ever alert and took care of Nigamananda so that he should not fall ill. One evening, Sachidananda told Nigamananda, "We have to walk a little faster. We must reach Gaurima's ashram, otherwise we will find no place to stay for the night. Her ashram is 30 to 35 kilometers away from this place." Nigamananda was curious to meet Gaurima as he did not know about any woman sadhu residing on Himalaya. He started walking with faster pace on the mountainous road in the darkness of night. Moonlight was their only companion. They reached Gaurima's ashram by midnight. Nigamananda came to know from Guru Sachidananda that Gaurima is a highly elevated soul. The ashram shrine was situated in a lonely place on a hilltop surrounded with bounties of nature. Mother stays alone and her dwelling place is cradled with trees and flowering plants. She does not feel the necessity of covering her body with clothes as she always remains established in a high level of emotional plane far beyond the conception of human mind. But whenever she comes out of the kunja,
dwelling place to meet someone, she covers her body with a simple white cotton sari. She usually does not meet anybody except the few highly elevated persons like Sachidananda. Obviously, occasions like that are very rare. Her disciples and Sevakas live separately in small houses away from her dwelling place. In the morning, on request from Guru Sachidananda, she came down from her kunja clad in a white sari. Nigamananda was not allowed to meet her and was left standing a little away from them. The discussion between Gaurima and Guru Sachidananda continued for some time, and as he rose to leave, she walked some steps with him to bid him goodbye. Guru and Shishya continued their journey towards their destination, the Badrinath Dham, situated high above the Himalaya. Badrinath Dham, which is also called as Badri Kasram, is famous because Purana says Narayan himself had done tapasya, austerity here. Vyasa, through his meditation at the place, have made India the sacred land where saints, sages, and gods dwell. Sri Shankaracharya had compiled Vedanta on a hilltop nearby. He had advised sannyasi to meditate and get established on one of the Vedanta's Mahavakya, Ayam Atma Brahma, the place which gives rise to detachment and the mood of sacrifice is most suitable for sannyasi. That is why Sachidananda decided for Nigamananda to visit this dham before visiting any other dham. They spent some time there and departed for Mansarovar. Mansarovar is the lake situated at high altitude of Himalaya, which has been described by many mythological books as very sacred for people and even for gods. Hindus believe that gods, goddesses, and angels come here regularly to enjoy the panoramic view of the lake and to bath in its crystal clear water. Reaching there, Nigamananda wondered, is this real or some painter has painted it? He, in order to enjoy the scenic beauty, sat on his shore for some time. To his astonishment, he saw some beautiful women were taking bath in it, and they seemed undisturbed by his presence. He returned to his guru and narrated what he saw. Sachidananda smiled and replied that they are celestial bodies who cannot be observed by naked human eyes. But as Nigamananda consciousness had risen to a higher level, he was fortunate to behold this rare sight. Nigamananda, later explaining this episode, had said to his disciples that there are 49 planes connected to our planet. Each plane has its inhabitants. One who has made his consciousness rise to a higher level can visualize dwellers of higher planes. Otherwise, touring Himalaya or Mansarovar as a tourist can never go beyond the enjoyment of natural beauty only. Sachidananda and Nigamananda, coming down from Mansarovar, saw a big snake who seemed not disturbed by human presence. Nigamananda inquired about the snake and was told by monks residing there that the snake takes wheat flour and vegetables and never harms anyone as it has discarded its violent nature. Sachidananda, being confirmed that from now onwards Nigamananda can travel alone, decided to return to Pushkar. On their return trip, they again stayed at Gaurima's ashram. Next morning, when they took leave of Gaurima, she walked some distance to bid goodbye to Sachidananda as before, and throwing a glance at Nigamananda, she told Sachidananda, if your young disciple ever avails Nirvikalpa Samadhi, then send him to me. She told it casually, which was clearly heard by Nigamananda. Nigamananda did not attach much importance to what she said, as he was not aware of her potentiality as a saint, and also he did not know she was revealing his destiny before him. Nigamananda continued his journey without Sachidananda, reached Dwarka. This place was the capital of Lord Sri Krishna. Lord has chosen Dwarka for his divine performances. Here Lord has used his attributes for divine performances. For this reason, Dwarka is famous as Avsarya Khetra. Sri Shankaracharya austerity based on Mahavakya Tattvamasi. He is you. Nigamananda started the spiritual endeavor to be established on this truth. Nigamananda stayed at Dwarika Mutt. At that time, this mutt had no chief and an old woman was managing the affairs of the mutt. The old woman started liking Nigamananda and took care of him like a mother. He also reciprocated her feeling by calling her mother. The woman secretly harbored a desire to install him as Mahanta, chief of that mutt. While he was staying there, one day a Bhairavi arrived there. She was young and knowledgeable. She carried a Trishul trident with her. Bhairavi started coming there every day. She started discussing various aspects of religion with him. Nigamananda was very much impressed with her vast knowledge of Saivya Tantra. Bhairavi, by presenting various arguments, tried to convince him that the path of knowledge is not the religion of this age and only Tantra is capable of bestowing emancipation in this age. After a few days, during the course of discussion, she told him that she is Brahmin by caste and hails from Jasor, and she suddenly proposed her marriage with him. Nigamananda thought that the idea is not bad, and marrying her, becoming Mahanta of the mutt, he can still continue his sadhana. He agreed with the proposal of the Bhairavi, and the old woman happily fixed a date for their marriage. The day before the marriage was to take place, Nigamananda experienced a strange dream. In the dream, he saw that the Bhairavi was standing near him. Suddenly, he heard the sound of a heavy chimta belonging to his guru. With the sound becoming clearer, the hair of the Bhairavi started falling off. She became bald, and her skin, her flesh, and every bit of it fell off, and the only skeleton remained standing. The skeleton of the Bhairavi raised its arm and tried to embrace him. He woke up sweating and, clutching his bag, started running. The old woman, hearing his shouts, also came running and tried to block his way. But Nigamananda pushed her aside and ran with all his might. He did not stop until he was far away from the mutt, until his lungs did not more allow him to run. Guru Shakti, power of Guru, which is omnipresent, never leaves the disciple alone, and like a mother, is very alert and vigilant. Later, Nigamananda could know that this alert Guru Shakti saved him from becoming a fallen sannyasi. The incident was also a blessing in disguise, as it taught him a lesson which he never forgot for the rest of his life. From Dwarika, Nigamananda continued his journey and, passing through Karachi, now in Pakistan, reached Himlaj. Himlaj is a Tantra Peeth which attracts Hindus, mid-Muslims alike to perform their respective spiritual performances. Finding that Hindus and Muslims are performing without any prejudice, he became very happy. He visited the famous well from which a bright blue light emanates, which is believed to be the same type of light which yogis visualize at a higher level of their sadhana. At Himlaj, he came into contact with a group of Sufi saints. Sufis are mystic by nature. Their process of spiritual performances and their philosophy have many things in common with Vedanta and Vaishnava philosophy. Nigamananda was very happy meeting the Sufis who were genuinely established in the place of divine love. Nigamananda found much similarity between the opinions of Sufis with the teachings of Vedanta. Nigamananda never accepted the opinion of Navya Vedanta or the orthodox monism. He had understood the opinion of Sri Shankaracharya in its true perspective. Finding the opinion of Sufis similar to Vedanta, his respect for Vedanta was enhanced, so also for the Sufi philosophy. Before reaching Himlaj, Nigamananda had to pass through Sindh province. Sindhis respect sannyasi and as host are famous in India. During the tour of Sindh, few beautiful girls, finding him young and handsome, asked him, "Why have you become a sannyasi at this young age? What is your problem? You are young and energetic. If some woman would propose to marry you, would you accept it?" In reply, he said, "I am sorry, I cannot accept any such
क्या खाया ऐसे तारा चढ़ गई
I have no desire for wealth and sensual pleasures,
Jayaguru.
except other desire. Please do not misunderstand.
Bhai, are you able to?
From Himlaj, Nigamananda wanted to travel southern states of India. The people of South are very traditional and pious-minded. They have immense respect for not only sadhus, saints, but also for temples and deities. The sacred tradition of Devdasi, dancing girl of temple, is believed to have originated from this part of India. Am I audible now?
Yes, now you are. Twice because of your network, we couldn't heard for 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. I was guessing it was network error, so I didn't disturb you. You can add another 1 or 2 paragraph, then we'll pause it for this time.
Or bhai, we can go back to one more slide.
Yeah.
Before one.
Yes.
Where we cannot.
Please do that. Please do that and ask her from where to read.
Okay. Man, let me just share my screen.
From this, I cannot accept. In reply, he said, I am sorry, I cannot accept any such proposal. I have no desire for wealth and sensual pleasures. Except God, I have no other desire. Please do not misunderstand me. From Himlaj, Nigamananda wanted to travel southern states of India. The people of the south are very traditional and pious-minded. They have immense respect for not only sadhus but also for the temples and deities. The sacred tradition of Devdasi, dancing girl of temple, is believed to have originated from this part of India. Nigamananda reached Kerala after crossing Baroda. He did not know their language Malayalam, which created problems to communicate with them. But because of the attitude and the tradition of southern people, he had no difficulties in getting what he required. At times, he had to politely decline their offering as he has already had enough for a day. Nigamananda reached Rameshwaram, the third dham in his yatra. Sri Ram had selected this place to remain for final preparation of battle against Ravan, the demon king. That is the reason Sri Shankaracharya had established the dham here. The mutt established by Sri Shankaracharya is famous by the name Shrungi. Here, the Mahavakya of Yajurveda, Aham Brahmasmi, is the basis of sadhana for sannyasi. The Mahavakya earmarked for this dham means I am soul, which in reality is Brahma. I am without any beginning or end. The Puskar Mutt of Sachidananda Saraswati on the Savitri hill was affiliated with Shrungeri Mutt. Nigamananda stayed here for a few days and started anxiously to visit Sri Kshetra at Puri in Odisha. For sannyasis as well as for pious-minded household, Puri or Purushottam Kshetra is very important as Sri Mandir is being declared as eternal earthly abode of Parabrahma. Lord Jagannath, along with brother Balabhadra and sister Subhadra, reside here in the form of deities. Kamala, his eternal consort, and Vimala, the energy of the Lord, are worshipped here. The devotees firmly believe that they are not deities but the truly living gods. Hence, the method of worship, rituals, celebrations, and offering to Naivedya, sacred food, are arranged traditionally conforming to this theory and principle. Here, there is no caste barrier as the Lord of Universe belongs to all. In the famous Ghosa Yatra or Car festival, there is no barrier for people of any caste and even for devotee of any religion to take part in it. For Lord Jagannath, devotees of any faith, any nationality, or any caste or sex have no difference at all. Sri Shankaracharya had established Govardhan Mutt here, and the Mahavakya he decided to follow is Prajananam Brahma and Prajnanam Anandam Brahma. In other three dhams, the Mahavakya express the truth about the relationship existing between soul and Brahma. But here, at Purushottam Kshetra, the Mahavakya announces the truth about Brahma alone. It is pure Advait as it describes the supreme truth in its true form.
Jayaguru, we will pause this for today. Am I audible?
Yes, bhai.
Okay. So thank you, Namrata Dasma. Irrespective of the network failure at your end for twice or thrice, you read very well and your pronunciation was exact. The speed was also good, apart from some technical pronunciation like the last word is Pragyanang Anandang Brahma or Pragyanang Brahma in Sanskrit. But yes, when you read English, who never knows these words, they will definitely pronounce in their own way. So thank you. So let's have a big round of applause for Namrata Das for a good reading. May Thakurjee bless her and everybody. So thank you for and welcome Gyana Bhai. As usual, he's also today there with us. So let's take his experience to get some answer of our young wise and mans. So I'll start. So Tansen Sethi from Pune. Gyana Bhai, he's asking who is Shankaracharya?
Jayaguru. Shankaracharya, sometimes he is also referred to as Adi Shankara, which is a Hindu saint born in 800 AD, so roughly 1300 years ago, 1200 some years ago, in Kerala. He is also said to be an avatar of Lord Shankar or Shiva. He came to the earth to re-establish Advaita Vedanta, which he did, and then through that process he created these 4 dhammas, and he that time when he was born, most of India was taken over by Buddhism, and something like Hindu temples were now converted into Buddhist worship place. Like Jagannath was not worshipped in Sri Mandir, it was a Buddhist place. So he also did a lot to re-establish Hinduism and Advaita Vedanta, and wrote a lot of bhashyas, or the explanation of various Vedas and Vedantas that we now read. So those 4 dhammas he established is what we are reading today.
Thank you, Gyana Bhai. And for us, the important part is Thakurjee has told us to follow the opinion of Shankaracharya. So, you asked for who is Shankaracharya, or whatever your question is. So Gyana Bhai explained it. Now, he is also very crucial for all of us because Thakurjee has asked us to follow his opinion. Shankar ji ka mat and Gaurang ji ka path. So now the second question is from Ramesh Lenka Bhai. What is the question? Yes. Now he is asking, what is the importance of visiting Char Dham? Is it necessary to do for us too?
It was necessary, and it is necessary for Sankarpanthi sannyasis, because part of their initiation is into one of those Mahavakyas. And so Thakur's was Aham Brahmasmi, which is Rameswaram or the Sringeri Math, as we read today. So when someone gets into the order of sannyasi, the guru asks them to go spend some time in each of the dhamas and try to really contemplate each of the Mahavakyas in each of the places, in each of the dhamas. So if you go to Puri, it is Pragyanam Anandam Brahma. So that Mahavakya is actually comes alive. So if you spend time in Puri and go study that, you will learn more. So that's why it is required for them. Thakura has not asked us to become sannyasis. I don't think it is required. But if you happen to visit one of those dhamas, like I think most of us, if not all of us, have visited Puri, go have a darshan with the presiding deity of that dham. It's not a bad thing, but we are not required.
And please refer Guru Gita. Thakur ji has already cleared कि ठाकुर जी का जो श्री पाद पद्मा है, so that is the all tirths are being settled there. So for us, if we have Guru Nishtha, then we don't have to do all these things. But yes, if we happen to go there, then there is no harm in visiting those places with the kind of devotion it is expected from us. What is Nirvikalpa Samadhi is being asked by Guru Gaurav from Jagannathpur Sakha Sangh.
Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the highest form of Samadhi, which is actually defined only in Jnana Marga, not in Yoga. Sometimes people confuse with that. So whoever achieves this level of consciousness or Nirvikalpa Samadhi, they establish themselves as Brahma. So there is no difference between them and Brahma, the Nirguna Brahma that we say. So once you achieve that, you already are liberated soul, and Thakura was one of them. And once you get to that level, if Jagat Guru or Brahma himself decides that you need to go back to your physical form, then you come back and you try to help others to achieve the same feat.
Thank you, Bhai. Just to add two more lines, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, if we would like to know more and better, we should wait when that part will come. In any way, all can refer to our reference book, Sadguru Nigamananda. There, Nirvikalpa Samadhi is being described in more elaborate way. Number two, the way Thakurjee has described his Nirvikalpa Samadhi, none of the saints till today has been able to describe that much. And also to add one very useful line for all of us, the Nirvikalpa Siddhi Sthal of Thakurjee, where he attended the Nirvikalpa Siddhi, is in Assam, Guwahati, and Nilachala Saraswat Sangha is proud enough to get that seva to re-establish that place in a very sacred way. And every year we are doing a puja there, irrespective of that, 24/7 and 365 days a year, that Siddhi Sthala is open to everybody. So this is a matter of pride for all of us. So very good question, Guru Gaurav. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, we should know very well what it is. And now Anand from Pune is asking, why did Lord Krishna decided Dwarka as his divine place?
Lord Krishna was born in Mathura and spent his childhood in Gopapura, from basically hiding from Kansa. Kansa had a curse that he cannot go to Gopapura. So once he was, many believe, 12 years old, some say 16 years old, one of those ages, he came back and killed Kansa at that point. And then since he killed Kansa, Kansa's father-in-law, Jarasandha, who was the king of Patna, Magadha Raja, he was very mad and he tried to attack Mathura many times, like 20 sometimes, 22 comes to my mind, it could be a different number. So he attacked Mathura many times, and Lord Krishna knew that the type of boons that Jarasandha had, that he could not kill him. He just cannot even defeat him in direct warfare. So he needed to save his people, the Jadavas, who ruled Mathura. So he decided to migrate all the way from Uttar Pradesh to, Sea of Arabs in Gujarat, just to save his folks. Because when Jarasandha was attacking, he can fight with them and stand on his own, but a lot of these Jadavas were getting killed. So he wanted to save them, and he knew he cannot kill them. So he decided to migrate everybody to Dwarka.
And also he established the entire Dwarka Dham on his own, with his own design and everything. And that's why there is another question also, why Dwarka is called Aishwarya Dham, Aishwarya Kshetra. It is because, Lord Krishna has very fondly established that as his dwelling place, and for the entire Yadavs. So that's why, and it's made very beautifully done. Because of some problem, there was a, Dwarka is still believed to be inside the sea. And if all of you know, recently our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has submerged into this sea, and, as per him, he could find some residuals of Dwarka. So let's see what's happening in future. But in any case, it's a Aishwarya Kshetra because Lord Krishna established that place on his own, with his own choice. Now the next question from Bhavani Prasad Patra Bhai of Katak, and again Guru Gaurav from Jagannathpur is, what is Tattvamasi, Gyana Bhai?
Tattvamasi, thou shalt act. That is the second Mahavakya that Thakura investigated in Dwarka. That's the Mahavakya of Dwarka. So what it says simply, Tat, him, Tvam, you are the same. Nothing more, nothing less. That person is exactly who you are. So in order to, actually, if you want to know really a lot more about it, all you have to do is read Mahavakya Viveka in Vedanta Viveka that Thakura wrote. It's a very short essay, a little difficult to understand because it's a pure Vedanta, it's highest form, but you can investigate that. If someone here, I probably won't recommend that for younger people, but the older Bhais and Mahas who are attending, there is a whole Upanishad focuses on that one, Mahavakya Tattvamasi. But very simply it means him, God, and you are the same.
So Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Ayamatma Brahma, and Pragyanam Anandam Brahma all are aiming to the same meaning. But yes, the phrase is different. The place where these are applicable are also different. So we have got 4 dhams, and for the 4 dhams we have got 4 Mahavakyas. So this is also one of the Mahavakya. Now Guru Gaurav from Jagannathpur is again asking, who is Bhairavi?
Oh, Bhairavis are essentially female tantrics. They are generally called Bhairavis. So in this case, this is a female tantric who came and met Thakura and tried to convince him that they could get married in the tantric tradition and live very pious life, and that would also fulfill his desire to lead a spiritual life. So that's what she was trying to do there.
And Vaishnavi from Pune is asking, what is meant by Shaiva Tantra?
Shaiva Tantra and our traditional Tantra that we know are slightly different. But the core is to worship what is known as Shakti. So Shaiva Tantra is generally found in Kashmir. Rest of the places it is Shakta Tantra, or otherwise known as Tantra. So their scriptures are slightly different. Their spiritual practices are also different. But ultimately what they are worshipping is they are trying to understand the Maya Shakti, or the Shakti behind the creation of this whole world. And if you follow one of these ways, they're just different ways. The sadhanas are different, and their mantras and all those things are different. But if you perfect on whether Shaiva Tantra or Shakta Tantra, you are going to get to the same level. I will add one or two more sentences, Kunal bhai, with your permission. I know a really close friend of mine who is a practicing tantric and siddha tantric. So there are some questions few days came, and I got some additional questions directly to me. So I called him up and asked him this question that Shakta, we know people who worship mother goddesses are Shaktas. Shaiva, obviously people who worship Shiva. And then Tantra as a process of or a spiritual practice, or process of spiritual practice. Could someone follow Tantra and worship a male form of God, Shiva or Indra or Ganesha or any other ones you can name? So his answer was, I accept him as a Siddha Tantrika. I mean, nowadays he has seen Mother Goddess in her physical form. So he says, you could start practicing that, but ultimately what you are worshipping is the Shakti, or the Maya Shakti. So once you get the highest form of that, they go into essentially what is equivalent of Satyaloka. They call it Chintamani Pura. And Kunave and others, our Arati song, Divya Chintamani Pura Ati Susovana, second line of the first stanza of Nitya Lokamanoram Arati song that we sing on the first day of thing. So that Chintamani Pura is nothing but Satyaloka. It is the highest achievement in Saguna Upasana, and all they are doing is worshipping the Shakti, and the highest form is there. Once you get there, with Guru's grace, you can go into Nirguna side. I went too much. It was not really meant for the youngsters, but others are there, and they are also asking questions.
So the practice is, whenever we go to a goddess's temple, like maybe Vaishno Devi, or so this kind of very sacred place, it is being told, after you visit them, you need to visit the nearest Shaiva temple, and those nearest Shaiva temple are being told as Lord Shiva is being named as Bhairav there. So whatever Gyanabhai explained, it is in practice in many places of this country. So you name any famous goddess's temple, you will find a Shiva temple near that. And it is being told, after you visit the goddess's temple, you need to also pay your respect to Lord Shiva. So this is the kind of yoga and tantra's combination, and that's what Gyanabhai has already explained in detail. Now there is a common question from Tivsha of Burla Sangha and Ridhi from Karnataka. So I am reading those questions, Gyanabhai. What did Nigamananda's dream resembled? And why did Thakur get this dream? What is the meaning of his dream about Bhairavi? So this is implies to when Thakurji that Bhairavi
Got it.
was trying to, yes.
Yeah. So the dream was essentially Guru Sakti trying to guide him back to the right path. So if you remember that we just read, that Thakur was there, this Bhairavi comes and says that they could stay in spiritual path and marry according to that particular way of life, and Thakur was getting convinced. So if he got convinced, married the Bhairavi and stayed in that mata, then Thakur wouldn't have achieved the rest of his spiritual successes that he did, yoga and tantra. And even jnana, he was not perfect at that time. So since he was so loyal to the Guru, so dedicated to his Guru, Guru Sakti came to save him. That particular dream was indicative of Guru Sakti working to drag him out of falling into a trap. So someone who practices in this spiritual practice, in this path, you are going to have a lot of traps. Those are trying to test you whether you really want to achieve the perfection in that path or not. So Thakur got into a trap. He was almost trapped, you can say. He was almost trapped. So Guru Sakti comes and saves him from it. So that was the meaning of the dream. And once he saw the dream, he just ran. He ran fast and got out of it.
Thank you, Gyana Bhai. So in our life also, we experience many a times when there is some trouble to us, Thakurji came in rescue of us in any ways and many ways. And the other part is also true. Whenever we want to do something which we should not do, so there is always a knocking in our brain, or in any way there is in physical aspect also. So that's the job of Guru and Guru Sakti, to always ensure the devotees are safe and in line as Thakurji's described path. Now Guru Gaurav is asking, who is Vedant and Vaishnav?
Who is?
Yeah. So maybe.
What is Vedanta and Vaishnava? Vedanta as it's kind of very dissimilar words. So I'll try to explain what those words are and then try to synthesize. Vedanta means the end of Veda, or the end part of Veda is what that is. So we know there are 4 Vedas. So each of the Vedas, they are divided into 3 parts. The last part is called Vedanta, which is generally believed the Hindu philosophical part, because Veda also has a lot of rituals, worshipping and things like that. But when you get to Vedanta, that's your philosophy. So there are 6 different philosophies in Hindu Dharma, the core philosophies, 6 of them. Vedanta is the last one. It's called Uttar Mimamsa and sometimes. And it is generally believed it is the Advaita form of Vedanta, but people who follow Bhakti, there is a Bhakti Vedanta also, where they accept God and accept us as part of God, or small part of God. There's a duality in it. So both of them are also part of Vedanta. But Vedanta, in its very simple definition, is essentially the last part of each of the Vedas. And Vaishnavas, they are generally a sect. People who worship Vishnu are called Vaishnavas. However, Thakur has defined Vaishnavas as slightly different. Thakur says, when someone goes through a spiritual path or spiritual practices, they start with Sakta. They are under the guise of the vice of the Maya. And once they get out of the Maya and they get into a higher level of spiritual practices, they become Vaishnava. That is also very widely accepted in many religious communities and sects. But the literal meaning is people who worship Vishnu. If that made sense. If not, we'll get additional questions and we'll go into them.
Yes. So many questions are also getting repeated, so no problem. We get to answer. So again, Guru Gaurav is asking, Sri Shankaracharya has been established which dham? So Guru Gaurav, it is being discussed many a time. So let me explain it in a different way. So we have got 4 directions: east, west, south, and north. So Shankaracharya established 4 dhams in all directions in this country to ensure the Sanatan Dharma is spread uniquely and seamlessly. So that was his purpose. So east is with us, which is Jagannath Dham, and the name of the mutt is Govardhan Mutt. So west is in Gujarat, which is called Sarda Mutt, and north would be Jyotir Mutt in Uttarakhand, and south will be Sringeri Mutt in Rameshwaram. So these are the 4 mutts, 4 dhams Shankaracharya has established. So Thakurjee has, during his Paribrajak days, has visited all the 4 dhams, and we have been discussing about the Mahavakyas of these 4 dhams. So, this is the same way. So nothing different from those. Now the next question is Devashish Mahanti Bhai is asking, what is the exact meaning of deity? Gyana Bhai, he is asking, means I don't know.
Deity means a nicer way of saying idol that we worship. That's deity. So in English, if you say Ishta, that is tutelar deity, they sometimes translate that into. So deity is any god or goddess in a form that we worship.
I would like to announce Swami Arjya Gyanendra Saraswati is also joined in our YouTube. So welcome, and Swamiji Pranam. Being he was here, so I asked him his parichaya. So he has given his parichaya like this: Jayaguru Bhai, I am from Kanchi Shankaracharya Pitha, disciple of beloved Thakur Maharaj, and now residing near Bolgad Sakha Sangha of Nilachala Saraswat Sangha. So welcome Swamiji, welcome to this YouTube channel, and by your presence we all are inspired, and see the coincidence. We are discussing about the mathas, the Mahavakyas, and you are present as a witness. So we are very thankful of you having here. Now then, Riddhi is asking from Karnataka, what is Advaita Vedanta?
I think we kind of explained, so I'll go very short on this. This is the Vedanta, traditionally believed the Vedanta, that espouses on Brahma being one, and pervades every place, everywhere that we can see, feel, and touch. So we have been talking about this in many different ways. So we are also same Brahma. We just don't realize because we are covered by avidya.
Thank you, Bhai. So the next question from Riddhi, Karnataka is, why did Shankaracharya give Mahavakya to all his mathas? So it's as simple as that. Every school has got a underline statement, or like our Nilachala Saraswat Sangha, Thakurjee has given ki we have got to do others Grihastha Jivan, Sangha Saktira Pratishtha, and Bhav Vinimay as our objective. So this is how, and the principles. So whenever you established any organization, you have to give a principle to it. So Gyana Bhai, am I correct?
Yeah, generally we're good.
Yeah. So this is how he has given one Mahavakya to each of his mathas, so that whoever is going there, he should try practice that and to be established on that Mahavakya. Okay, what is Nirguna Brahma? It's also a repeated question, Gyana Bhai, from Riddhi, Karnataka Sangha.
Yeah. Again, Nirguna Brahma is basically Nirguna, as it suggests. It is beyond the three qualities Sattva, Raja, Tama Guna that we know. So sometimes we say it is. In English, it will be devoid of those qualities, or all those qualities are merged into that they don't show. So Nirguna Brahma is the only existence. Rest of us, our existence changes. So, according to Sankara, Jagat Mithya. What we see, feel, touch, think, those are all falsehoods, and only Brahma is the truth. Satchit Ananda form.
Thank you, Bhai. I am requesting all of you who are on this YouTube channel, kindly respond. Whatever we are discussing, are you understanding this? Because these are very critical words, very complex words, and there is no alternate to this. To our best of the knowledge, there is no alternate to it. We have to digest this. If you want to know computer programming, it's completely new language. Or if somebody is joining an MBBS course and he was doing mathematics, science, literature in his early days, so he or she would be learning very different lessons. The same way applicable to here. So please write if you people are understanding this, or should we found some simplest form. We need to try to be on your shoes to explain you. So please write so that we will plan accordingly. Now I am taking the questions, but all of you can comment accordingly. Nirguna Brahma we completed. So Guru Gaurav is explaining Devashish Bhai. He is a kid from Jagannathpur Sangha. It's for you. Deity, a god, goddesses, or other supernatural being considered divine. So Devashish Bhai, for you, he is giving the input. Now Riddhi from Karnataka is asking, Jana Bhai, is Tantra dedicated to all female goddesses only?
The short answer is yes. Like I said, I had these discussions with somebody I really trust, and I know he knows a lot about this. He says even if you start with worshipping a male form of the god, you will get to that level where you are actually worshipping the Saguna Brahma. So it converts into a female deity.
Okay. Now there is a question from Tansen Seti, Pune Sangha. Why did Thakur Baba get Nirvikalpa Samadhi?
Why? Thakur always, since he was learning Vedanta and practicing Jnanamarga, the ultimate achievement in Jnanamarga is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So while he was doing that, he always had that in his mind. Like if you get into middle school, you're going to graduate from middle school, you'll go to high school, +2, you are definitely going to graduate. You have that thing in your mind, and then go to college and all these other things, right? At least +2, you have to get through that, right? So similarly, Thakur going through Jnanamarga had this set in his mind that he has to achieve Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And when the time was right, he did.
Okay, again, Riddhi is asking, is Badrinath one of the 4 dhams? So let me tell in a different way also now. Like Shankaracharya has established 4 mutts and 4 dhams, and each mutt is attached to a dham. Like in Odisha, in Puri we know Govardhan mutt is the mutt, but dham is Jagannath dham. Like that, Badrinath is the dham and Jyotir mutt is the mutt. So Badrinath and Jyotir mutt are interrelated. Dwarka and Sarda mutt are interrelated. Govardhan mutt and Jagannath Puri are interrelated. And Rameshwaram and Sringeri mutt so are interrelated. So this is how he established a mutt and a temple besides that for a god to worship. So this is a complete set of things he established. I mean, Lord Shankaracharya. Then okay. So now we keep getting compliments. So I'll go to that later part. Now we are also fortunate to have Dr. Premanand Mishra Bhai, fondly known as Tuna Bhai, our Sangita Sevak of Nilachala Saraswat Sangha, is also today on YouTube channel. So he also asked a question specially to US Gyana Bhai. So his question is relationship of Pragyan and Anandang, relationship of Pragyan, Anand and Brahma. Please. Gyana Bhai.
Again. Jayaguru Tuna Bhai. Pragya, Ananda and Brahma. Ananda is easy. Ananda is one aspect of Brahma, Satchit Ananda. So he is full of bliss. Pragya is, you can say, Chit is Pragya. Pragyanang Anandang Brahma. He is I'm looking for the right English word. Existence, consciousness. He is the ultimate consciousness, and he is full of bliss. So Pragyanang Anandang Brahma. So you realize Brahma in those two forms. As Pragyanang Anandang Brahma.
So basically all other dhams are having one aspect or the other. But our Jagannath Dham Puri is having all the aspects. That is why when Thakurjee came during his Paribrajak time, so he was so fond of this dham. Then after he went to Math again, established everything. And he used to go to Kashi whenever he feels to have some different atmosphere, environment. Now, after he visited Puri, he wanted to settle here in Puri. So that's why he came Puri during his last tenure. So he stayed here, we knew everything. So this is the importance of this Jagannath Dham Puri, and that's why Pragyan, Anand and Brahma, all three aspects of Brahma is fully activated here. Now, Dr. Premanand Mishra Tuna Bhai has given a suggestion. Grateful for such a wonderful initiative. Jayaguru, kindly see if it could be explained in some layman's term for perception of children. So, Tuna Bhai, what you meant, we understood. In Durga Charan Bhai's language, we generally get a compliment from him. The Ved and Vedants are being explained by him in very colloquial ways, in very local ways. And Ramakrishna Paramhans, Dev is also having the same quality to explain very complex things in a very simpler way. But here, what the questions we are getting, what is Nirguna Brahma? So what is Dham? So that's why we are trying to particularly Gyanabhai is trying to do his best. But I wanted to know the comments from the users. So we are also getting very encouraging comments from all the users. Like Guru Gaurav Bhai is telling, yes, Bhai, I can understand everything. Riddhi is telling few things are a bit complex and complicated. Then Devashish Mohanty is saying understanding Bhai. Anubhav Patnaik, it is bit complex, but we are able to understand it. So Priyanshi is asking, yes, Badrinath is okay, she is complimenting. Now Swamiji is also telling, thanks a lot for the acknowledgement, Sangram Bhai. May all have blessing of Thakur Maharaj. Yes, Bhai. Yes, Swamiji. Then Tisha is telling, yes, Bhai, a few things are complex, but we are able to understand. So, Diksha Aradhana has pointed out very important thing. Not only Thakurjee's Jivani covered, but we also basic topics that build a strong foundation. Understanding them will help us read Thakurjee's other book better. So grateful. So yes, so we are keep getting these things good. So again, Tuna Bhai is saying, asked for the sake of children's understanding only, Bhai. I may be kindly excused. No, Bhai. We are discussing here everything openly. your suggestion is, uh, putting a lamp for us how to use colloquial language and local language to explain these kids. But our kids are better than us in terms of this. So good that they are understanding, but we will try to be much simpler. So grateful to all of you who have joined today. We are ending this session today. Before we go to our next session invitation, I am requesting Priyambada and Devashish Bhai to flash the questions of today. And everybody please get ready to answer. We are a little bit late today. Sincere apologies. Please scan the QR code to get the Google form. Just to inform all of you, whoever is asking whatever questions, we are recording it. And we have requested Gyana Bhai to put a written form of answers to that. So these all are also will be released in due course of time. Okay, these are the kind of questions we have been asked, and this is the kind of answer we have given. So this can be a ready reckoner in future. And whoever is commenting or suggesting whatever, we are also recording those. Like today we got many suggestions, comments. So Nirlipta Ma from Mumbai Sangha, who is right now in US, she is compiling all these things. So your each and every statement, comments are being recorded for future references. This is for the information of all of you. So keep asking and keep your name registered. Ma, have we started getting responses?
Yes, Bhai, we have started getting.
Okay, then this QR code will be available anywhere and everywhere, including this YouTube channel, this Nigam Swadhyay group, and if required, we will circulate to individuals also, to other groups also. So may Thakurjee bless all of you. Compared to last week, we are calm and in a better position in India today. So this is all blessings of Thakurjee. Today on the eve of Buddha Purnima, we again don't want to have Yudh, but to have the learnings of Buddha. And today the session of Rishi Sangha was there. So whatever we did is a part of those kind of Rishi Sangha sessions also. So Jayaguru, concluding this session for today and requesting all of you to join tomorrow at 9 p.m. Jayaguru.
Jai Guru.